Andrew here. This video is about which exercises are better, compound exercises or isolation exercises. So if you have only time to do one, isolation exercises are not the way to go. Compound exercises are. The reason why is because more joints move, um, more stability required. You're getting more mobility out of it as well, but mostly because you're producing more force because you can load up better, and also there's more transfer to sports performance. The reason being, obviously, because you can load up more in a back squat or a bench press than you can in a dumbbell fly or a knee extension. Secondly, one lift you can work more muscles usually than the isolation exercises. For example, doing a squat, you cover every muscle in the lower limbs and most of the muscles in the body really to a degree. But in a knee extension, you don't. Also, you're flexing and extending. You're bending and extending through the ankles, knees, and hips in a squat motion, producing force, correlating to power and speed and strength during sport and motions like jumping, sprinting, etc. So very important for field sports, obviously track and field sports, combat sports, etc. So it's going to have a lot more transfer in that regard. You're maintaining stability as well because you're in a standing position. You're producing a lot of force. You can load up a lot with the movement, and also just your knees have to your glute minimus and medius, keeping your knees stable as well. So stability throughout the body. Bench press, and barbell rows, the transfer there compared to a reverse fly or a dumbbell fly is they correlate to pushing and pulling movements. I'm saying the compound exercises like bench press and rows correlate to a pushing and pulling movements as opposed to the fly movements. So the fly movements are kind of more of a hugging motion. You're not flexing and extending at the elbow joint, whereas in the rows or pull-ups or bench press or military press, they're all horizontal or vertical pushes and pulls. So it's obviously going to transfer more to sport where you need to push and pull and have force in that way, force when you're pushing and pulling, as opposed to hugging someone. You don't really need as much force. And basically, compound exercise is better because bench press, deadlifts, squats, military presses, pull-ups, you can load up a lot more than you can in a bicep curl or a knee extension or a dumbbell fly. So more stability, more mobility, more force produced, and also correlating to jumping, sprinting, pushing and pulling a lot more than isolation exercises. So get the compound exercises in, better bang for your buck if you only have time to do one. But isolation exercise is good as extra volume and accessory work. But that's all. Compound exercises are better bang for your buck. They're the number one. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe.